What if I told you that the history books you read in school are missing half the story? That brave Black heroes who shaped the world have been erased, forgotten, or straight up ignored? Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of Kahlil Greene, a young Black creator who's not just telling those stories. He's rewriting the narrative for an entire generation. Buckle up, because this isn't just history, it's revolution in real time. And by the end, you'll feel the fire to join the fight against racial injustice. Let's go. Kahlil Greene, known as the Gen Z historian on social media, is a 24-year-old powerhouse from Maryland. But his story starts way before the viral TikToks and YouTube shorts that have racked up millions of views. Born in 2001, Kahlil grew up in a world where Black kids like him were constantly reminded of systemic barriers. Picture this. As a child, he watched the news coverage of Trayvon Martin's tragic death in 2012. At just 11 years old, Kahlil felt a gut punch, realizing that being Black in America meant facing dangers others couldn't imagine. Why does this keep happening? He wondered. That question sparked a fire that would change everything. Growing up in a middle-class family, Kahlil had access to education, but even there, injustice lurked. In high school, his history classes glossed over slavery, skimmed civil rights, and ignored the contributions of Black innovators. He remembers one teacher dismissing the Tulsa Race Massacre as just a riot. Kahlil thought, this isn't right. We're being robbed of our power because we don't know our strength. That's when he started digging deeper, devouring books like the 1619 Project and documentaries on YouTube. But he didn't stop at learning. He wanted to share. Imagine being a teen, posting your first video about colonization, and watching it blow up overnight. That's exactly what happened to Kahlil in 2018. Kahlil launched his TikTok account at Kahlil Greene, breaking down complex topics like colonization, cultural conflicts, and Black excellence in bite-sized, engaging videos. No boring lectures here. He uses humor, memes, and Gen Z slang to make history pop. One video on the Harlem Hellfighters, those unsung WWI heroes who faced racism from their own country while fighting abroad, went viral with over 5 million views. Fans commented, "I never knew this. Thank you for opening my eyes." But it wasn't all likes and shares. Kahlil faced backlash, trolls calling him divisive or worse, death threats for stirring up race issues. This is the reality of racial injustice today. Speaking truth gets you targeted. Let's get real for a moment. Kahlil's work isn't just educational, it's a direct response to the zulm, the oppression, Black people face every day. Think about George Floyd in 2020. Kahlil was in college then, and the video of his murder shook him to his core. How many more? He posted in a raw, emotional video. He highlighted how systemic racism, from redlining neighborhoods to biased policing, continues the legacy of slavery. Through his content, Kahlil makes you feel it. The pain of families torn apart, frustration of unequal opportunities, the anger at a system designed to hold Black communities back. But he doesn't leave you in despair. He empowers you with knowledge, saying, knowing our history is the first step to dismantling the injustice. Fast forward to Yale University. In 2021, at just 20 years old, Kahlil made history himself by becoming the first Black student body president in Yale's 318-year legacy. Did you know Yale was founded with profits from the slave trade? Kahlil called it out, pushing for curriculum changes and more diverse faculty. He organized protests against campus racism, like when Black students were profiled by security. His leadership wasn't easy. He dealt with microaggressions, like being questioned if he belonged there. But he turned that pain into power, graduating with honors in history and launching even more content. Post-grad, Kahlil leveled up. He partnered with National Geographic for a video series on untold stories, like African kingdoms before colonization. His YouTube channel exploded, with shorts on topics like how redlining still affects Black wealth today, garnering hundreds of thousands of views. Subscribers? Over 1 million across platforms, but the real magic is in the community change. Kahlil's followers, mostly young Black and POC youth, started their own history clubs in schools, petitioned for better textbooks, and even organized local anti-racism workshops. One fan messaged him, "Your videos helped me stand up to a racist teacher. Thank you for giving me the facts." What keeps Kahlil going? the stories of injustice that hit close to home. He shares about his own experiences, being followed in stores as a kid, or watching friends get harsher school punishments for the same mistakes as white peers. These aren't isolated incidents, they're part of a pattern. Black youth face higher suspension rates, poorer healthcare, and economic hurdles. Kahlil's content exposes this, but with hope. He features guest creators, like young black poets reciting about resilience, or historians debunking myths. It's not preachy, it's fun, with challenges like recreate a black inventor's story in 60 seconds that go viral. But let's talk challenges, because no journey is smooth. In 2023, during the backlash against woke education, Kahlil's videos were flagged and demonetized on platforms. Conservative groups accused him of dividing America. He even received threats that forced him to beef up security. This mirrors the broader Zulm, efforts to ban books on racial history, like in Florida schools. Kahlil felt the weight, the exhaustion of fighting a system that profits from silence. But he bounced back with a powerful series, Surviving Injustice, Stories from the Front Lines. It included interviews with activists who survived police encounters, evoking raw emotion. Viewers cried, shared, and mobilized. Donations poured in for racial justice orgs like the NAACP. Today, in 2025, Kahlil is unstoppable. He's expanded to full-length YouTube documentaries, like one on the Black Wall Street Massacre, viewed over 2 million times. He's mentoring young creators through online workshops, teaching them how to use social media for activism. His impact? Communities are waking up, schools adopting his videos in curricula, youth leading anti-discrimination campaigns. Kahlil says, "Change starts with one story. If I can make history accessible, we can build a future without injustice." Imagine a world where every black child knows their ancestors were kings, inventors, warriors. That's the world Kahlil is creating. Kahlil Greene's journey from a curious kid to a trailblazing creator shows us that knowledge is power, and power can end injustice. The Zulm black people face, from everyday racism to systemic barriers, is real, but so is our resilience. If this story moved you, hit that like button, subscribe for more inspiring tales, and check out Kahlil's channel. What's one hidden history fact you'll share today? Drop it in the comments. Together we can amplify black voices and build a just world. Thanks for watching. Stay empowered.